I will call the October 20th, 2021 Ayer Board of Assessors meeting to order at 1:30 p.m. First up is we need to take a look at the agenda and have a vote to approve.
I make a motion that we approve the agenda as written.
Seconded.
Okay, we've got a motion second. All those in favor of approving the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Chair says aye. The motion carries. And looks like first thing up will be the August 25th meeting minutes, which doesn't feel like it was that long ago.
Ah,
I thought that same thought, yeah.
Yeah.
I had opportunity to look this over and everything looks fine except for down at the bottom, the next scheduled meeting. Well, that's correct though. To be held on October 20th at 2 p.m. somewhere that we're going to have to amend.
no.
Oh, I see.
well, I'm sorry, John.
No, please go ahead, Tom.
I don't think that's an issue. Do you, Mr. Chairman?
Not at this point, it's not my fault.
I don't think so either. That's how the minutes stood at the time.
Correct.
All right, then I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Seconded.
I'd make a motion that we do accept the minutes as presented, yes.
And I think we had a second from Nick. All those in favor of approving the 8:25 minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
The chair says aye. That carries. And I will turn the floor over to Tom.
Thank you. These Zooms are like riding a bike. It's like we had one last week, isn't it? But it's been a while. The agenda is pretty straightforward. We do have an item number 11. We do have an executive session that we need to go into. We've got the annual chapter land, chapter 61A, 61B, and 61 applications that require the board's approval. So those applications aren't a public record. So if we introduce them in a public meeting, the argument can be made that they are now public. So we don't want to do that. So that's the purpose of the executive session. So and I guess at that point, once we do the vote to go into executive session, we wait for Cindy to tell us that that we've been cut from broadcasting, and then we can finish up and come out and adjourn. So.
Hey, Tom, excuse me.
Yes.
For the record, we are not broadcasting live. We're just recording the meeting.
Oh, that's okay with me, Cindy. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, I thought it would be. So basically, when you adjourn to executive session, I will stop the recording.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a while since our last meeting, but if you remember, we met the end of August, and our certification review on our FY22 revaluation was scheduled to begin September 20th. So our thinking was, well, we'll let Tom and Jackie and a vendor work, and then hopefully when we meet again on October 20th, we'll have good news for the Board of Assessors relative to the revaluation. And I do. Actually, yesterday, I would have included it in your packets, but yesterday we received what's called preliminary certification of our revaluation for FY22. That means we're good. They had some questions. You know, RRC was very good with the commercial, industrial, apartments, and mixed use valuation and reporting. She actually, she was very happy with what Jackie and I submitted in terms of everything else. And there were a few questions from her, a few questions from her superior, but as of yesterday, preliminary certification. So that's a big step in the process. What that does is that triggers the public disclosure process, which is essentially, we put a notice on a website with a link to the new valuations, and this goes on for about a week. They just have to be made available to the public. And the disclosure notice itself is just a one page, this is what we did, this is why we did it, and sort of summarizing the impact of it valuation wise, and letting people know where they can go to find the assessed valuations. The disclosure process is kind of left over from the old days of when cities and towns first started doing revaluation, and it used to be quite a big deal. So instead of, in the old days, used to actually send out impact notices and have hearings every time you changed a value, which you can imagine was not the most efficient way to operate. And this disclosure process is sort of a way around the hearing process. There's not much we can do if someone comes in and there's a mistake, egregious mistake on the valuation. I'll be happy they let me know and we can fix it prior to commitment. But in most cases, it's going to be because we can't have meetings, we don't have time to go out and inspect property and so forth. It'll be just letting the taxpayer, advising them to file an abatement application once the third quarter bill is issued, and then we'll sort of address it then. So in any event, I'm working on the disclosure notice. Sorry, I don't have it for you today, but probably I'm looking at doing this early November, and Jacqueline's she's going to be out a little bit this month, so I got to kind of work around that. But early November for a full week, and once that's done, is if we change any value plus or minus 10%, we've got to report that on what's called an LA-10 form. The Department of Revenue with an explanation, so the Department of Revenue will approve that. We usually don't have too much on the LA-10. So, and once we finish public disclosure and submit the LA-10, then we'll get final certification, which means we're really in good shape and we can move forward with our tax billing process. And we're done with a comprehensive revaluation for 5 years, which puts the town in pretty good shape going forward. So, any questions about the process?
No, not from me.
I thought it would be interesting, and I think I've done this in the past, is I believe it's on page 4 of your handout. I just included this spreadsheet just to give you an idea of what we've done for the revaluation and why we had to did it, why we had to do it, and what the impact is. I've got the first column is FY21. That was last tax year, and by statute, the date of appraisal is January 1 of 20. So we're looking at calendar year 2019 sales. So last year, our values were approved. We were 96% of market value on our single family homes. And our COD coefficient of dispersion was 6.41. That's sort of the error estimate. So that's going to be under 10%. So we were in good shape statistically in FY21. And then we've rolled into FY22, our revaluation year. The date of appraisal rolls to 1/1/21, which means calendar year 2020 sales form the basis of our valuations and 2020 market data. And the market kind of exploded in 2020. And if you look at FY22 unadjusted, it's the 2020 sale price. It's actually the prior year assessment. So it's the FY21 value over the calendar year 2020 sale, that ratio, and that dipped to 87% from 96. And the COD went up a bit to 7.66. So we're sitting at 87% of market value, which obviously is not certifiable by the Department of Revenue. So we completed the revaluation. And as of today, our assessment level is back to 97%. And we have a COD of 4.80. So that's sort of the whole purpose of the revaluation process, is to, track the prior year's sales, perform various statistical tests with current valuations, and then adjust valuations if we run into a statistical non-compliance with, the commissioner's market value standards. So condominiums, we had the same issue. We were 95% last year. Then we went to 91%, and we've bumped it back up to 97%. I've seen some big increases in the multifamily market values, and in talking to other assessors and our certification advisor at DLS, she tells me that she's seeing that everywhere. Class 104 is 2-family sales down in the middle there. We were at 86% of market value before we started, with a COD of 14.01. So we had a lot of work to do. And now we're at 96 and 5.26. So I don't want to go through each and every property class, but if you look at all, if you have any questions, you can, I'll be happy to answer them for you. But, we do it for 1-families, condominiums, 2-families, 3-families. Class 111 is 4 to 8 unit apartment buildings, and class 300 is commercial. Class 400 is industrial, and they're not going up as much as the residential stuff. I mean, residential property appreciation is king right now, and the new evaluations are going to reflect that. So, and again, I'll take some of this and use it in the disclosure as sort of, an explanation of the impact of the revaluation. But, I think we're in good shape. The funny thing is, though, is when I take on new valuations that have us on single family homes at 97% of market value this year, if I look at the 2021 sales and compare them to my new valuations, I think I'm back down to 88% of market value. So this is not a 1-year spike. It's as I was telling our certification advisor, I go, we put in an awful lot of work to go back to where we started in a year, but the good thing about next year is it's not a revaluation. We're not audited, but the same principle applies. We have to demonstrate to the Bureau of Local Assessment that we're meeting the market value standard every year. And if we're not, then they're not going to certify our valuations and allow us to send tax bills. So. But yeah, I'll be happy to answer anything on that later on if you just want to think about it and digest the information. But it's a good process for me to go through too, just to sort of, understand, the whole process from beginning to end, where we started, where we were, where we started, and where we finished, basically. So, any questions?
I'm just surprised by the number of condo sales. I wouldn't have guessed 57 had changed hands in a year.
Yeah, it's especially during the COVID year. I mean, 2020 was basically the COVID market, and I was talking to I think I was talking to a certification advisor about it, and I've been through several spikes in the real estate market over the years, spikes and drops, but I don't remember the intensity of the market that I saw in 2020. Here and where I live, it always seemed if there was an open house, it was almost like a bee's nest of activity. And it would probably sell in a few days for higher than asking price. And, you know, I think it was perhaps more inventory driven. There just wasn't a lot of stuff on the market, and what was just got driven up. So, and again, it's continued into the next year, 2021. So, you know, it's definitely for real, but we won't know where we're going to finish in 2021 till we get through all of the December sales, actually. October, November, and December sales. So we still have the last quarter of the year to look at. So in any event, that's sort of it in a nutshell. So.
Hmm.
If you have no questions, I'll just keep moving.
Okay.
I know we only have an hour on these Zooms. I got to keep reminding myself not to get too wordy. Agenda item 5 is approval of the CP1 Community Preservation Act surcharge report for FY21. So it's our prior tax year report. It's due September 15th every year, and it's submitted via the DLS gateway. And it basically details what our surcharge percent is, which is 3%. The amount of surcharge that was committed in December for FY21, any charges against that committed CPA surcharge, that would be people who will apply for the CPA exemption, and any abatements or exemptions have a corresponding reduction in the CPA charge. And then we come up with a net CPA. Actually, they look back, because if we settle an appellate tax board case and the case is 2 or 3 years old, we still have to do an adjustment to CPA, and it goes on this report. So it's not just 1 year in terms of reductions in the CPA. It goes back to anything that we've done in the calendar year from June 15th to June 15th. So net CPA surcharge as of September 15th, excuse me, is $637,874.95. So I signed it, Lisa reviewed it, she signed it, and we uploaded it to the gateway so we wouldn't be late. But the Board of Assessors still needs to review and vote to approve it.
Could I ask a question, Thomas?
Sure, Eddie.
You've got the current year was 3252, the prior year 984. Is that due to the fact that we were at 1% on that year?
Yeah, some of those years we may have been 1%. Yeah. If we did a reduction of CPA for any year other than 2021, it was 1% and not the 3%.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point, Eddie. But in any event, that's the number. It's a pretty easy number to calculate if you have access to all the data. So just need a board vote on it.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Seconded.
All right, I'll make the motion then. I was saying I'd entertain a motion to prompt someone to make the motion. I'll make a motion to approve the community preservation surcharge report for fiscal year 21 as presented.
Seconded.
We have a motion, a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The chair says aye. And was that an aye, Nick?
Yes.
Okay, the motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
Jacqueline and I worked on motor vehicle and trailer excise commitment 4 of 2021. And Jacqueline has prepared the warrant for the commitment. We processed 300 excise bills totaling $46,326.92. So what we need from the board is just a motion to approve the commitment and warrant. And we're going to need signed copies of the commitment and warrant. I might suggest that Ed, if you want to be the keeper of the copies for now and sign at home, I can swing by, pick them up and leave them here, and John and Nick, when they have time, can just stop in and sign it if you think that might be an effective way to get our signatures.
Yes, and that would apply to more than this one. In other words, wasn't there one just prior? We needed to sign the one about the CPI.
Yeah, if you want, Ed, I can, you guys can just stop in and
CPS.
sign. Why don't we do it this way? Make it easy. We'll just have Jacqueline and I will set it up, and you guys can just come in and sign.
Come in and sign them.
at
Yeah,
your
that's better.
convenience. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to put you on the
No,
spot.
no, that's okay. Might be
In
easier.
any event, we need a motion to approve the warrant commitment for the commitment 4 of 2021.
So moved.
We have a motion. All those, do I have a second, Nick?
Yep, seconded.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approving, please say aye.
Aye.
And the chair says aye. The motion carries.
Thank you. Jacqueline has prepared 2 motor vehicle and trailer excise abatement reports, one for August 2021 and one for September 2021. So in August, she posted 22 adjustments totaling $2,244.99. And in September, she posted 11 adjustments totaling $1,951.29. So if the reports look good to the board, just a motion to approve the report, and we'll keep it here to sign when you can get in.
I'd make a motion that we accept the reports for August and September as written, I guess.
Seconded.
We have a motion to second to approve as presented. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 And the chair says aye. Okay,
Thank you.
motion carries.
So as my favorite part of the agenda, the approval of the assessing department report. I actually got 2 for you this year, this meeting, because we didn't meet in September. So I have the August 2021, which has been submitted, and I actually have the September of 2021 that has been submitted. But if you find anything wrong, I'll be more careful next time. And I guess what we usually do is have the board review them anyway and authorize submission to the town manager's office through a motion.
I just had a question on the September one, Tom. The
Sure.
final bullet point about the Montechusett Regional Planning, that the GIS web application, is that just a digital map we now have access to?
Yeah, it's actually there's a link. There's actually there's a link on the assessor's webpage to the GIS mapping.
Mhm.
So it's actually all of the data that's available on Mass GIS. But this Mr. Mapper is a GIS application. It's basically an application that allows you to query and print maps of the GIS data. So yeah, it's there for anybody to look at. And the important thing with the GIS maps is to make sure that they're updated every year. And we've been working with MRPC for many years on digital mapping, and I think they do a great job, and they're good people to work with. But the process pretty much starts in May with Jacqueline and I printing plans, identifying subdivisions and map changes, assigning parcel IDs, correcting data, and then we email the changes over to MRPC, who does the digital updates, and then they refresh the data. So it's kind of involved, but yeah, and John, we also have a internal version of the Mr. Mapper that I can send you a link on. It gives you a little more capability than the public version. It's something that we use in house that you can do a lot of enhanced type searches and reporting on it. So
Interesting.
yeah.
Did anyone have any edits to August or September?
Not here.
Not here either. Okay. And let's see, we'll need a motion.
Well, I'd make a motion that we accept the monthly reports for the months of August and September as written.
seconded,
We have a motion, a second. All those in favor of accepting August and September as presented, please say aye.
If I might, we're supposed to also add on that, and I don't have the verbiage correct. Thomas, you can add that there, I'm sure, and submit to the
Authorized
town
release to the
administrator.
town manager's office. Yes,
Yeah, I should have said that as well.
that's okay, Eddie.
We'll take that friendly amendment and the motion carries to submit them.
Thank
Okay.
you. I really don't have any items of old business that I have to discuss. Is there any issue the Board of Assessors is looking to raise again from prior meetings?
I'd like to raise one question if I could, and I know, Thomas, you're going to tell me to gag my mouth, but Donna and I were riding up the post. We've been walking up there. We bumped into John up there weeks back. Anyway, also walking. The point of the matter being that we drove by the freight yard. I'm going to call it freight yard, where they do the offloading. And, I drove in there. And there was no sign saying keep out, whatever. So I just kept proceeding along to a degree. And you drive in there, it's past what was the old commissary is what I'm going to call it. And then
Okay.
you take a right there and you just continue up. And it's incredible. When you look down to your right, down the railroad tracks, it is just lined with trailers as far as I could see. So once again, I don't know how we'd go about doing so, but I'd like to see RRC or whoever does such things, try to get some accurate information up there. I don't know that we should be doing that, but it's just a thought.
No, we should. Are you talking containers or?
Yes, yes, that
Okay,
whole
yeah.
project.
Yeah,
Because
the intermodal facility.
intermodal facility, I couldn't think of the name, yes.
Okay. No, that's good to know, Ed. I mean, our data in terms of the size of it is good. The GIS and aerial photography give us an idea of what's on site. So, but I don't know, maybe you and I, when I first got here, Ed, went up there, but probably would be a good idea to get up there again. And
I seem to remember that we tried to send people up there previously and that they were told to leave. So, I
yeah,
don't know.
all right, yeah, no problem, Ed.
I just hope we're evaluating at the proper scale. Let me put it that way. That's a big operation. I've seen no other operations to compare it with, I will admit, but it's a significant operation.
All right, thanks, Ed.
Yep.
Anything else?
None from me, no.
I don't have any items of new business. My preliminary certification notice, I rolled that into the update that number 3, but other than that, I don't have any items of new business to raise with the board today.
I'll see if I can get this right. Ed, check me on this if I get the roll call wrong. But I will shortly be making a motion to enter executive session for the purpose of discussing, how should I put this?
Oh, it's actually on the agenda, exemption number 7.
Oh, right in front of me. I was trying to remember.
Yeah,
Well, then I'll make a statement first that we will be entering executive session after a successful roll call, only to enter regular session simply to adjourn. There'll be no further discussion once we're back. Therefore, I'll make a motion to enter executive session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A, specifically exemption number 7, fiscal year 23 applications for abatement or exemption pursuant to General Law, Chapter 59, Section 60. This will be a roll call vote. What say
John,
you?
could I ask you to just include in there perhaps that you'd mentioned that after coming out of executive session, we would adjourn, but we still have to call for another meeting before we adjourn. That's all I'm saying.
That's a great point, Ed. Well, before this motion, then why don't we just set the next meeting date? And the point will be moot that way. If anyone wants to know when we'll be back on, they'll know. I guess, what, Thanksgiving week?
yeah, I would say, yeah, a month is probably good. Anytime around there. Jacqueline, let me just check with, actually, Jacqueline, I have our calendar here. Hang on. I got it, Jackie. I had to go old school, grab the calendar. How about Wednesday, the 17th of November? How does that sound?
That's probably better than Thanksgiving week, yeah.
Yeah,
That's fine.
that might be good. So,
Let me step in and look at my calendar. Just one second. Then take me a second.
that's fine with you, right, Jacqueline?
That'll be the day I get back.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I can
You know,
handle.
I knew I didn't really need to go look because I got hardly anything on my calendar. That's fine.
Great. So I always say 2-ish
Yeah,
then. Okay. And thanks for the heads up, Ed. I didn't think of that.
That's okay.
All right, I will make, all right, I'll go back to the motion. To enter executive session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A, specifically exemption number 7, fiscal year 23 applications for abatement exemption pursuant to General Law, Chapter 59, Section 60. This will be a roll call vote, and I'll call each member individually. What say you, Member Cornelia?
I
Member Lagus?
Aye.
The chair says aye. We are now entering executive session.